Hey everyone, in this video we're going to deep dive into the brain section of Memory Hub, and I'm going to go through what it is, how you can build one, and what is so special about it. So as a brain, you can think of it as really just your own brain, right? What does your own brain include? It includes memories, the good and the bad. It includes processes of how you do things, like maybe how you make scrambled eggs, right? You're probably not going to grab eggs from your refrigerator and just throw it into a pan and call it a day. If you do, please don't invite me for your dinners. But usually you have some process, you have memory, you have different things that you've built out. And that is something that is housed in a brain. So it includes a lot of different things. If you go into this one, and you have different folders too. So you can set up different sections where maybe one is specifically for sales. And then within sales, you have your different accounts that you're managing. Or one could be for engineering, and you have different repos that you're connected to as well. So if we could take a look at one of these, right, there's a few different things. So the first one is artifacts, and these are things that are AI generated or outputs. So it could be a PowerPoint, it could be a market strategy brief, it could be emails that you ask the AI to create, and all of this is unified into one central brain. So it's not just my AI tools, it could be my teammates' AI tools, it could be the things that my teammates are creating in other tools as well. It's all unified into one brain, so I can understand and my agents can understand what are other people building and using as well. And that way we can actually share this brain with our AI agents, so that way they can build off of the collective intelligence of everyone on the team. There's also other things like specs where you can actually set, maybe if you're an engineering manager or you're a sales director, you can set specific things that all agents that tap into it should adhere to. So in this case, these are some like very specific nuances where a customer doesn't want to be called customer, they want to be called client. And so when it's set in these guardrails, and you can really think of this as guardrails, right? So that way, the next time if my agent is writing an email, it'll know to not address them as a customer, but rather as a client. And there's a lot of other things too. You can set it where, every kind of prospecting, we only look at retail verticals. It's like discovery calls. We have to ask certain questions. And as a manager, as a team lead, you can set this up where other people don't have the ability to change it. And then there's also skills involved. This was in my previous video, but really a skill is kind of like a blueprint of how you do things. So when you add it to a brain, every time you tap into that brain to do something, it'll see what skills are relevant there and use those skills to build out or complete the actions that you prompted to do. So in this case, I have different skills for building a technical POC. I have something for how to prep for an account brief when I have a meeting in 10 minutes. How do I write my morning digest on the accounts that I have and anything that's falling behind in my funnel, anything that I should be doing to make sure that my accounts are warm and my customers are happy. So there's all different things. And again, you have full flexibility on what type of skills you want to create and share it with which brain. Other things too are memory. So memory, this is something that is again aggregate of all of your teammates. So if I am doing something with my Claude, now that memory is stored as well into this brain. So people, if they're going to do the same task or similar tasks, they can pull from that memory and understand, what is the team actually doing. Also decisions, facts, episodes, these are all kind of basically categorization of memory within the brain. And you also have activity too. So as a manager, I can also see, what are people doing? Are they pulling from this memory? Are they not? Are they updating it? All of that is possible. And then I also have access as well. Another thing too is if you're thinking about it from an engineering perspective, there's also procedures. And so this is really important and something really unique to us is that we can actually understand the different paths an agent took or a human took to get to a certain result. And so let's say in this case, you can actually see that every time if you were to create something, it would go through the memory within the brain and understand did another agent actually do something similar? And if it did, I'm just going to learn from the best practices, right? I'm not going to go down the same path and the dead ends that it went through. I'm not going to try out different skills and waste tokens on that. I'm going to figure out and understand what it did effectively and then reuse it in my current path. And so this is a great way for really when you think about compounding intelligence within a team. So no one has to make the same mistakes, and agents learn from previous runs from other agents across the team. And this is really just how you can get better and how you can be more productive, more efficient in your work. So how you create a brain is pretty simple. You can just literally go into top right, create a brain, and we'll prompt you as well. So we can go through a process of, what do you need in this brain? You can attach different files and links to it, who can see it. And you can also do it within your Claude as well, or your different AI tools such as Codex, Claude Code, or Claude Cowork, Cursor. You can create your own brain from there as long as you have our MCP or plugin. So I can directly call Brain as well. So as you can see here, I'm going to say, hey, X is my, sales intelligence brain. What does it include? And then I can start working directly off of that. And this is, again, the way that most people would probably do it is that as they're going through their AI tool, their preferred AI tool, they can connect to Xtrace and connect to the right brain within the platform. And then now they have all of the context across their teams. They can set rules. They can, push information back into that memory. All of these different things can be done directly within the AI tool that you use. And so, yeah, here is basically how you can do it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, but I hope that gives you a high level view of what a brain is, what is housed inside it, what can you do with it, and how you can create one yourself. Thank you.